So let us show you what AMG life is, because nobody really drives an AMG in comfort mode every single time. Well, let's put it into Sport Plus and show you just what life is all about. And that's a cop right there. Let's go into sport mode, but back into Sport Plus just like that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today you guys join me in an old but golden era of Mercedes. 2021 Mercedes-Benz E53 AMG. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is what success in your early life will look like. Imagine a youngster driving a car like this. That's when you know they are successful. 245s in the front, 275s in the rear, 19-inch wheels. Let us go inside, show you guys what it's like driving and owning an E53 AMG with a beautiful moonroof. Foot on the brake. Yes, since this one is pushing just above 429 horsepower, 0 to 60 comes in a good 4.3 seconds. A very, very quick bugger. And as you guys can see, the interior is a nice place to be. Wood trim all around, heated and ventilated seats that also massage you. AMG badge right in the middle. Beautiful ambient lighting that you can see at the current time, which is 3 p.m. But since we are in AMG, let us show you what it's like sound wise. So we're gonna put it into its sportiest setting, Sport Plus. Open up the windows and let's do a quick little rev test. And this is the perfect car for a date night. Only thing you'd have to get used to is the amount of options you really have in this car. Because take a look at this, we have so many buttons. There is no poverty buttons in this one. That's how you know you've made the right choices in life. If you can afford a car like this, no poverty buttons, and all of the extra goods, bells and whistles. If we were to floor it right now, for example, and the paddle shifters, arguably one of my more favorite things to push. And before we forget, let's take it back into comfort mode to show you guys what it's like simply daily driving this thing. We will hop onto the highway to show you guys just what an AMG does when fully stretching its legs, but for the time being, let us calmly show you guys how comfortable and easy it is to drive this thing. Yes, the car steering wheel is still surprisingly heavy. Most people would not expect that. But it's still easy to drive. It's not intimidating. And the cabin, again, beautiful to be in. This is what money can buy me. Yes, I may not be in a V8. I just have just as much fun though, that's the thing. Absolutely nothing for me to hate about it. I love it. Simple but elegant. The comfort mode does a very good job at making you feel like you're riding on some clouds. May feel a little bit sluggish because if I floor it right now, you saw the little bit of lag. Yeah, so let us show you what AMG life is, because nobody really drives an AMG in comfort mode every single time. Well, let's put it into Sport Plus and show you just what life is all about. And that's a cop right there. Let's go into sport mode, but back into Sport Plus just like that. And the thing is, this thing is very, very punchy. Not terrifying as I said before, but definitely punchy enough to put a little smile on your face. 429 horsepower is nothing to scoff at. For those people who say 400 horsepower is not enough, they've never driven anything more than 300 horsepower. 300 horsepower is quick and puts a little smile on your face. 400 makes you realize just how fast these cars can go. It is too easy to just turn off your brain and just drive this thing. It gives so much elegance and feels so effortless as you drive it, you know? Makes you realize that, maybe I should work hard to afford an AMG. But the thing about it is, like, look at the steering wheel. Best steering wheel in its class. Most comfortable in its class as well. Let us turn on our massaging seats as we actually drive fast. That's the thing you realize about Mercedes. It gives you options. You can be sporty while it massages your back with a relaxing massage. Most people don't talk about that, you know? Yes, and the thing about Mercedes, yes, though it may not be as cheap to modify as BMWs, for example, they are still very, very good when it comes to performance-wise. If you were to modify an AMG, same mod as a BMW, I'm fairly certain the AMG will be significantly faster than the BMW. Only reason people don't want to modify Mercedes-Benz is because they come with a very, very hefty price tag. What's not to love about it? Very, very simple and very, very elegant to drive, and just shows off success. Though my simple Casio watch may feel out of place in an AMG, I might have to upgrade to a more entry-level luxury watch than this simple little practical watch, but it's simple. The paddle shifters by far are the most enjoyable part about this thing. And remember, this thing is a mild hybrid, not like a Toyota Prius kind of mild hybrid, but mild hybrid where it gives you an extra 22 horsepower. And if you really want to be performant driving about this thing is fairly planted and makes you realize just how good this thing is. But as of right now, we're just gonna be enjoying this car, cruising around the city and showing you just how friendly and almost docile the car can feel. Yes, it's an AMG. It feels like a different monster when we put it into Sport Plus. But when we're currently driving as the way we are right now, it will put anybody in the passenger seat with you to sleep. Heck, it can even put me to sleep with the way it's massaging me right now. It's hitting all of my pressure points. It's just making me relax. That's the whole goal of this car, to put you at ease and show you, wow, life is good sometimes. 429 horsepower at your fingertips. As we merge onto the highway, you will see our performance 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. But let me show you guys how to properly merge on the highway when you're driving an AMG. Yes, even though it may be a straight 6, it may not be a V8. Let me just introduce you guys to how to properly merge. Ladies and gentlemen, E53 AMG, let me show you guys how to properly merge onto the highway when you finally own your first AMG vehicle. Car bogged down a little bit. Interesting. Okay, the whole goal of this AMG E53 is to convince you to get a V8 AMG. That's the whole point. The interior and everything is excellent, yes. But its whole goal is to make you long for a little bit of extra performance. Make you realize that, wow, maybe I should get a C63, E63, S63, whatever 63 may be. The whole goal is to make you want a big, bulking V8. So it feels like you're an American car that was raised in Germany. That's the whole goal of this car. But it does a good job of making you want the bigger V8 options. And honestly, I wouldn't blame you for wanting a V8. This thing does a very, very good job of introducing you to that lineup. Though I would say BMW is more sporty, this one definitely beats it in the luxury department. Though BMW does come with a very, very close second. The Audis seem to be more of a minimalistic kind of style. They don't want to go crazy with the ambient lighting. They just want to keep it simple and keep up with the performance-wise at least. Funny thing, in comfort mode, the pops and bangs are completely eliminated. Fair enough, you want to drive comfortably. With that in mind, let us turn on our cruise control. Adaptive cruise control, by the way. And get out of the fast lane. No point of us being in the fast lane if we're not going to be overtaking people. That is proper highway etiquette. This thing, I'm sure, would pop very, very well at nighttime, where the lights look great and everything just molds perfectly. But let us cut all of this and do a quick little 0 to 60. Building up the revs and launch. Jesus. Oh wow. Very, very aggressive launch. This is the kind of launches that break your passengers' necks, because they don't expect it to launch this aggressively. And I don't blame them. This car looks very much so like a sleeper. And in all honesty, it does look like a sleeper. It looks like something an older gentleman would drive. So they wouldn't expect it to launch that aggressively and this angrily. So it always puts a little smile on your face and surprises you a little bit, just because of how aggressive this thing takes off. Then the 9-speed sounds great. My hands are shaking slightly. Wow. It surprises you. It takes you by surprise. Simple as that. Very, very aggressive, even for a simple straight 6. A thing I just don't like about this one is these buttons. If you're not paying attention, you could accidentally press one of them. By example, I don't really have to, I just have to brush past them and my screens are going crazy. Very, very small little dislike, but just enough for me to notice it, you know? Now, let's look at my current fuel economy. We are averaging 13.3 liters for every 100 kilometers. And this is with us pushing it. So you know this car will be good on gas compared to its V8 counterparts. Only thing most people complain about is maintenance and all that stuff. But let me tell you something. If you're able to afford this car, $100,000 brand spanking new, and you decide to get the coupe version of all things, maintenance shouldn't be or wouldn't be a problem. You've made it in life if you're able to afford a car such as this. But let's do one last pull and call this launch.